Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to make a really simple but really pretty pair of earrings using our kit from SoftFlex company, Lavender Lemonade. I think you're going to like these. Let's turn down and we'll get started. So out of here, what I want or need, or however you want to call it, is these really pretty big lavender teardrops. So we're going to get those out of here. There's one. And here's the second one. Okay. So then we don't need anything more out of these. What we need then is the packet, come on baby, with the little lemons and these little tiny drops. In here, and I need all of the lemons and part of these little drops, these little beads in here. So let's get those out. We don't want these right now, so let's put them back. Okay, so there are, I believe there's 10 lemons in here. Yes. And then with each of those, we want a couple of these little guys. At least one or two. So let's get 10 on each side. Okay. And 10 on this side over here. 5, and we can put the rest away. So put the rest of our pack away, and we will start showing you what we're going to do here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our teardrops, and we're going to hook it on the bottom of a couple of links of chain. Then we're going to wrap up all of these little guys like so. I'll probably get like maybe one spacer to put between these, but all of these will be wrapped like this. Then I'm going to take and start hooking these onto the piece of chain, 2 per link. And then 1 at the top. And then because we're only going to use a couple of links of chain and we're all going to hook all this onto it, these are going to bunch around the teardrop. So I think it's going to turn out pretty. I hope it turns out the way I want it. Let's get started. Okay, I've got out some ball head pins. Now, if you buy anything from the mail, frequently they're going to come bent. That's all right. You can pretty much straighten them out with your fingers. See how much straighter this one is. And so we've got enough of these to make our lemon drop things. Now every once in a while these will come with a bend really low that that you can't get out, and if that happens, just take your pliers and do a little tap tap. Actually there's one right there, and I will show you what I mean. So see how low this bend is on this one? Just take your pliers and just do a little. And now while I'm holding that bent spot, I'm going to straighten the rest, as you can see. So it's not perfect. but it's relatively close. And it would probably be a little better if I used my flat instead of my, because there's more of a area to cover. So there we go with that one. And then we have this one. So what we're going to do with these is we're going to put the lemon on. I think it's big enough to, nope, the ball is not going to hold it. We're going to have to either revise our plan and use this little guy on the bottom. So let's face it, he's tiny. He's not going to fall through. And then the lemon. And another one of these little guys. And that will work. I had been thinking I would use a regular round ring in a smaller size and drop it down on there and use it as a spacer, but I'm not sure how that's going to work with the, oh, it works pretty good actually. The little one falls into it, but it doesn't. I was afraid it would just come right off, but it's not doing so, so we could do that. So I do have some of these out, so we'll just drop one on right here. Though I do notice that some of them are still open, so I want them closed. So that they don't look sort of mangled. So let's just center that up on that bead and put this on top. See, it puts that little teeny bit of gold in there, makes it pretty. Then make sure this baby's closed. And the other one on top. So I think that's how we will be putting these on, since this lemon wants to go straight through. Come on, little guy, don't run away. And so then it will look like so. And we'll just wrap that guy up. And we'll get our bell making pliers out and do this. So in here we go, and up and over and around and down. And if I was going to hook him onto the chain directly, I would leave it open, close it right now. But I'm going to use a couple of links of this big Rollo chain, I think, probably. And I'm not sure I want to put it on directly onto it, because as we work, we're going to go up this chain, and it's going to be a bit of a pain in the rear to try and put all of these little guys on as we're going up the chain. So it will be easier in the long run if we just wind these up right now. So we'll hook these together right here, hold on, get a second pair of pliers, or use your fingers if you prefer that way, and just wrap these up. So we are going to need to do this with all 10. So I will probably do them fast forward in a bit, but clip this excess off and then tuck this in. Now, as long as you don't smash the bead, because the lemon is made out of a composite, these should go on fine. Now, I don't normally use round rings, but we need to go through this crystal. I was thinking maybe these, and an oval one just won't do it, because they try to stay on the long side instead of switching over. So we're going to open up this one and see if it will work. I don't think it will. That's why I got these really big ones out. Oh, it will. Excellent. A smaller face is always better. So I'm going to just leave this open for right now. Get this second one on over here. Huh. Now I wonder why that's happening. Is this ring smaller, I wonder? Because it should swing right through just like the other one did. But it doesn't seem to want to. And it could be that the crystals, oh, there we go. There we go. And we'll close this most of the way up so that there's enough room to get the chain on, but not for the crystal to slide back out again. We'll do the same with this one. Oop. So now what we need to do is cut a couple of links of this Rollo chain. We only want a couple of links. So we'll just cut it right here so that we drop 2 off. This is welded, or I would just pull it apart. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's welded. Yeah, it is. I can see the weld. So now that we've got that cut, I am going to put our teardrop crystal right here on the bottom tier of this. Now I did 2 because the third one I'm going to put a jump ring on so that I can put a the ear wire on, and if the ear wire is on a different one, then the teardrop will go sideways on us. Now to get this baby closed. Without breaking our crystal. You know, I'm going to switch to that bigger one after all, because when it's closed, it's the tip is biffing up here, and we don't want that. So let's get this back out. We'll go to the big one. I wish there were a little bit in between. I suppose I could get some gold wire out and make an in-between one with my bell making pliers, but you see that one's much bigger than this one was, because it's this one's a little out of shape too. Whoa, lose it. Oh well, we'll close this one up and we can see it from this one. See the difference in size? It's quite a bit. So I think I will get some gold wire out and we will just make our own. It's not hard to do. So I've got out a piece of gold 20 gauge wire. We're going to get our stepped bell making pliers out, and we're going to see, well, I don't know if I'm going to use this stepped. Actually, when we're making something like this, I prefer a single one. I think this is probably the larger here. Yeah, see, it doesn't want to go on, so this is the larger of these two smizes, the smaller one. And this one is in between these two sizes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some with this Just wrap it around your bell making plier. See how I let these, I want this to roll right beside the other one, but since I'm going to trim it, it's not that big of a deal to, so just roll this on here and coil it up like I'm doing here. And I could have stopped because I only need 2, but I figure I might as well just use the whole of the piece of wire I have. So now that we've got there, we take our clippers, and this actually might even be smaller than I want it. It is bigger than this one, but not atrociously, but we'll see if it's going to be big enough. So what I want to do here is I'm going to take my clippers and see how this one is sticking out here. We're going to cut it right here. Bing. Now there's our first ring. And then we'll just go down the line like that and keep cutting it. And there's a little extra that was the end, and it's gone. So there we have 5 little jump rings. So let's see if these fit better on our crystal. We've got the other one here. We might as well just pull this one off. And then we will open up our one. It's slightly open because of our cut. So we just open it up the rest of the way. Put our crystal on, see how she likes that. The tip is not going to come loose now, so we'll put our chain on here and close our brand new jump ring up. There we go. There is our teardrop on the little bits of chain. So we'll take this big one back off here because we decided it was too big, and use one of our new ones we just made. Now I used 20 gauge wire. You could have used, if it would have fit, we could have used 18, or I wouldn't go lower than 22 for a jump ring though. I mean 20 for a jump ring. Because it's going to have a lot of stress put on it, and you don't want to have it pull apart. So there we go. So then we'll just put these 3 others that I made aside in case we want them for something else. Okay, so now we have our teardrop on the chain. And we are going to need to wrap these up so that we can put these on the chain as well. And how this is going to work is it's just going to go beside it here, and it's going to make a drop. This almost hides that teardrop. I may want to put them all up on the higher link. I was going to put a few on this link with it, but I think we'll have to put them all higher so that they don't hide the teardrop. Or the other option is we put get a little few, cut 4 links of chain instead of 2, and then we hook it up. But let's get our lemons and pieces done here, and then we will worry about doing those later. So we'll get our little pieces all together here. Now this feels like the coating is overlapping the end some here, so they're not quite open all the way, so you will need to be careful of that. And because you'll have to poke through where the opening is not entirely opened. See how this one has a little bit of a, it's this white coating they put over the top that's doing that. So well, now isn't that interesting? You grabbed your buddy here. We don't want two on. There we go. Now, if I had just used one bead instead of the 3, we wouldn't have to worry about the dangle and the chain. It would have gone straight through with no problem. But I'm probably going to, and I'm going to need to get some more of these jump rings out. But that's all right. I do like the way these lemon and the little purple beads look together, though. And last one. Now, these would actually be a cute little earring all on their own without putting them onto something else, but we are going to use up all the lemons for this, so we won't be doing an extra one in a different manner. This one wants to wrap weird, but that's all right. We can get it to do it. Okay, now that we have all these pieces done, now if we had just done one, these would not be dangling so low, so a one bead. So I think we will cut some more chain with 4 links instead of the 2, and we'll put the 2 back in the baggie so that when we do need it, something with just 2 links, we have it. But in the meantime, let's get 4 links cut here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And I probably should use my other clippers to do this rather than these ones because I'm not sure what type of chain this is, and I don't want to put a divot in my other ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. These bigger ones are especially for stuff like stainless steel and stuff that needs a larger face to it. So let's remove the 2 links from our jump ring here. First, got to find the end of my jump ring. There it is. And since this is in the crystal, we don't want to just push it open with our fingers because we don't want to take the chance of it being damaging the crystal. So let's get this out so that the 4th link is at the bottom here. There we go. Okay, do the same with this one. Get that the ring open so that I can get this little bit of chain out. Like I say, we will put those pieces in the chain box in a minute. Okay, now the next thing is I'm going to get some jump rings, and then we're going to just start jump ringing these up the side here. Until we have them all in a place on one of the links. So what we do here is we're going to put just 1 on this link here. Then we're going to go 1, 2, and 1, 2 on this last link as well. So let's get out some little jump rings and we'll get started on that. Okay, I've got some teeny tot golds out. These are very tiny. I'm not sure they're going to be big enough for this Rollo chain, so we are going to give it a try. Open her up. Get into this link here. Put 1 of our lemon and beads on. Close it up. Looks like the teeny tots are going to be perfect, so no problem. Come here, chain. I want to get hold of you. So that'll hang down like so. And then we'll just keep going up with, now see how low that is though? Hopefully it'll stay sort of to the side so it won't really cover our teardrop that much. But we'll just... Now we're going to go into link 3 with 1. Oops, come back here, you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take and put our 3rd one on, and it's also going to go into link 3, but on the opposite side. See how when you hold it, how it's over here on this side? We're going to put this one on this side. Okay, where's the other side? Oh, okay, there you are. Close you up. Okay. Whoop, come back here, you. Be so much easier once that the ear wire's on, so I can hold it up by the ear wire. But is this link 3 or link 4? I've got hold of. I think it's link 4. See how we're going to go around this teardrop and just be hanging down around it like so? So now we're going to put these last 2 into link 4. Now because it is the last link, we don't have to worry about side to side until we put our ear wire on, the jump ring to put the ear wire on. And at that point, we have to make sure that the ear wire jump ring is in the middle. Now, the more of these little pieces you put on here, the more of a cluster you get. So just if you want more, well, we don't have any more lemons, so we can't do more with this one. But if you're making one of these and you want a big bunch of cluster at the bottom, the more you put on, the more cluster you'll have. Whoop, 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 come here, you. I need that last link. You, come on. So we'll just hold it. I'll show you what we're talking about here. Let's see, where are you, link? I need the link itself. See, like so. That teardrop could have hung down even further and it might have looked even a little better in there. And if I wanted to make it hang down more, I could open this up, and instead of having it hang on the chain, put a couple of jump rings down here to give it some space so it's not right there with the other. Like there's hanging right there. So then it would hang more around it as opposed to with it. In the middle like that. So there is that together. And we'll start hanging the other ones over here on this one. Then we will get our ear wire and put it on. And at that point we'll decide, do we want to have the teardrop down lower? Because if we do, then that's when we want to then we can just put a couple regular jump rings in between the round one and there we go, and the teardrop and the chain. Boy, you're just being difficult with this one. Now, as I say, if you want it to have more things on it, we don't have any more lemons, but you could make some little strands with just the little those little guys, and make it a little bit different. Where'd I put it? Which side are you on? I put those both on the lower one. I didn't want them both there. So we have to take one of these off and put it up one link. And of course, you don't even have to put the bottom one on. You could just, the crystal on. You could just have the lemon drops hanging from the chain to make this. And if I decide to lower the, come on, where are you at? If I decide to lower the crystal, I will show you what that looks like without the crystal there before we put the crystal back on. Oh, you little turd. And last one on this side. I had considered then hanging these onto this gold ring, which I might still do. I think that might look good. So let's try that out, see what it looks like. So we'll go between these two on the top ring here so that they stay on either side. And then we'll put this little gold ring on here. Come on, baby, you should have room. There we go. And we'll close that up. And we'll hang it from the gold ring like so. I think I'm going to like that. I like that. So we will put the gold ring on the other one. Well, we will if we don't drop our jump rings. Now I'm going to go get a ear wire so that we can put that on, and then I'm going to debate. Then we'll debate about that bottom crystal if we want to make it lower. Okay, so we have a couple ear wires here, so we'll just open another jump ring up. Now these ear wires do open; they have a split, but I find that when you use the split to open them. I used to always open it with the split, but I find that they're a lot stronger if you don't, because sometimes, especially the gold, the split breaks. Oh, that puts that sideways. I don't like that. We're going to need to have another jump ring here between the ring and the ear wire, because it is going sideways. I should have thought of that, because, well, they do that when they're... So I will need one more teeny tot, but that's all right. Come here, you. I'll close you up. Now we'll open this other one we just put on here. Actually, this just gives it a little more dangle and a little more movement with having this extra guy here. Looks like I have it a little bit open. We don't want that, so when that happens, just take at your pliers, one on either side, and with a little forward motion, pressure, go and do a back and forth twist till that you hear them meet, or see them meet, whichever comes first. This one still is being stubborn for some reason. There we go, it's there. I just heard it. So here we go, and as you can see, the crystal's hanging down in the middle of the lemons there, but it doesn't really show that much. So I'm really wondering if we do want to put the crystal on a couple of jump rings. Besides, I think it's going sideways, so we want it on at least one more jump ring so that that sideways motion disappears. So we're going to get a medium oval jump ring. Oh, no, we only need two. And open that crystal up down here. Again, we don't want to do this too many times. So there's our opening. Put this guy on here and close it back up. Okay. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I needed to take it off of the other first before I closed it. So let's take, and then we'll just put this guy back on here. Well, close it and I'll just put it on as I put it on the chain, because it's being difficult and I don't like difficult. There we go. Put it on the, open this guy up. Put him through our round jump ring. Then find the bottom of the chain again, which in this case is easier said than done because it's buried in all this stuff. Yep, that's you. And then close that up. And our lemons are pushing our teardrop around, but it looks better down there, as you can see it down there at the bottom. So let's do the same over on the other one here. Wee lemons and crystals and cha-chas. And so I'm going to do the crystal prior to putting the top together. So let's open you up, take you off, and close you back up. Wow, that didn't close really well, but we will fix it. There we go. We'll open this medium one up. Now, since it's going to be hidden behind the lemons, you could use a larger one if you wanted to. Let's see, where's our end now? Yep, that's you. And that would let your teardrop hang down a little bit more yet. Okay. This ring. Come on, little ring, where'd you go? There you are. And there's earring number 2. These babies all finished. I think they turned out really pretty. So, lemon cha-cha bracelet earrings made using our Lavender Lemonade design challenge kit from SoftFlex company. I think they turned out really cute. I hope you like them. Lemons move all over. And so there they are. Aren't those pretty? Again, we were using SoftFlex company's Lavender Lemonade to make these pretty cha-cha earrings. And this has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and I hope you enjoyed making these with me. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.